Hello and welcome everyone. We are in Vedicus 8 episode of how to be aware of Ayurveda and put it back in your life. In Vedicus, we are aiming to create a community who's sharing the wisdom of Ayurveda and other health system or traditional health system in order to preserve and maintain good health and good society. And it goes with values, because the first one is ahimsa, do no harm. And so Vedicus activities started in 2015. And then the first activity was to launch a portal. The shares in the blog a lot of information about how to pursue Ayurveda healthy lifestyle, including yoga. Yoga came after the Vedas, but still many people see it as combined. We also have Siddha, Unani, and other traditional systems that help us understand, each and every one of us, how to maintain with a good and healthy life in all the cycles, like in all, let's say, life condition and challenges. And today we are hosting a very good friend of mine that I came to learn from the activities that we started during what we call the COVID whatever. So Dr. Hema Embar, she's actually a scholar from clinical trials. She knows how to research very well. It's not that she did MD and she's like, oh, we're going to call the physician. Emma knows how to conduct the research and how to say this we should consider in another way. And this kind of learning brought Emma to say, okay, but we have Ayurveda. How do we combine this knowledge with that knowledge? And how immunity shows in Ayurveda. So please engage, share your questions in the chat. And if you have a question, raise your hand. So Hema, please, welcome.
Namaste everyone. Thank you, Ofra, for the wonderful introduction. Actually, I would like to take the questions at the end. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. So can we start the
yes,
session?
Please share your screen.
Yeah, sure. 1 second. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, today's topic is managing stress and strengthening immunity through Ayurveda and yoga. So namaste everyone. This is what I'll be covering today in my talk. I will be talking about the fundamental principles of Ayurveda. What is stress? What is immunity? Relationship between stress and immunity. And finally, self-care practices that can help manage stress and increase immune power. These are the things that I will cover in today's talk. Now, before we get into the topic, it is very important that we internalize ourselves with a small prayer. Let us take a moment to connect inwards, to show gratitude and count on our blessings. Sit comfortably in a relaxed position. Please join your hands in front of your chest. Eyes closed, and just quietly listen to this mantra. Deeply breathe in. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Go down to Mother Nature. Rub your palms. Give warmth to your eyes, face, and with a few blinks, open your eyes and smile. So internalization is very important. Now, before we dive into the topic, let us briefly know about what Ayurveda is all about. Is Ayurveda a system of medicine, or is it a life science, or is it a way of life, or a science of balance? What is Ayurveda for you? Well, Ayurveda is just not a system of medicine. It is not a herbal medicine. But it also has a comprehensive approach to health and well-being that incorporates diet, lifestyle, and other factors. Ayurveda is considered a life science as it focuses on promoting health and well-being at the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels of an individual. Ayurveda views the individual as a whole, takes into account the individual's unique prakriti, that means the physical, mental constitution, also their current state of balance or imbalance. The goal is to promote balance, harmony. Okay. The goal is to support the individual's overall health and well-being. This is achieved through a combination of diet, lifestyle, herbal medicines, and other interventions that are customized to individuals' needs. By embracing Ayurveda as a way of life, one can discover their true nature, identify their tendencies, affinities, what is good and bad for them, how to plan their daily routines, food habits, when to wake up, when to go to bed, everything. How to continue to be in a state of equilibrium with their limitations and challenges. Now, Ayurveda can also be seen as a part of a science of balance. Balance is not just being balanced from within, but also to strike a balance with everything around you. So balance is very important in this world to live a happy, healthy, and peaceful life. Now, according to Ayurveda, how is health defined? If you look at the verse, the sama dosha, sama agni, sama dhatu, sama mala kriyaha, prasanna atma, indriya manaha, swastha iti abhidiyate. This is from a classical text of Ayurveda. Here, sama refers to balance or equilibrium. That is harmony between all the aspects of the mind, body, and soul complex, which includes doshas, digestive fire, tissues, waste products, and the state of mind and the senses. So balance in Ayurveda is health, and imbalance refers to disease. Now, before we dive into the topic, now let us know a little more about the principles of Ayurveda, the basic important concepts. So now these principles are key to disease prevention and disease management. The concept of Tridosha is central to Ayurveda. All the regulatory processes in our mind-body system are very fragile and delicate. The body is constantly engaged in exchange of matter and energy. What we are talking here, matter is getting transformed into energy. So the 5 elements of nature that make the 3 doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Vata represents the energy of movement and constitutes all the physical and psychological process control relating to the movement, including circulation, respiration, elimination, and the central nervous system. Pitta represents the energy of metabolism, governs all the processes related to digestion, metabolism, and temperature regulation. Now, Kapha represents the energy of structure and stability and controls the growth and maintenance of body tissues, including the bones, muscles, and joints. Now, the concept of Prakriti is very important in Ayurveda too. Talks about your baseline, level 0. It is determined at the stage of conception. It is a natural state of an individual, which is just like his own home. It is the most appropriate physiological state in which the individual can function optimally. The concept of mind-body system in Ayurveda talks about mind and body as one continuum. They are not separate entities. The mind and body can influence each other, In Ayurveda, the mind is considered the most. Body is actually only expressing the mind. The context of healing all diseases originates in the mind. So the ultimate healing is in the level of the mind. Now, let us come to the original actual topic, that is stress. There is nothing like a stress-free life. Stress is a part of our life. Sometimes we really do not know whether we are in real life or stress life. So stress actually becomes a problem only when our demands exceeds one's deemed capacity. So in Ayurveda, we know that balance is health and imbalance is stress. Something that leads to disruption of homeostasis or equilibrium in the mind-body system, the mind-body functions. Now, in this next slide, you can see what actually happens in stress. The cortisol is the main stress driver. We all know that. And this can be related to vitiated vata dosha in Ayurveda. An imbalance, an unstable mind reflects in unstable body, and unstable body reflects in an unstable mind. So this is what is known as body language. We all live in a highly vata deranged world. Altered perceptions, misuse, overuse of our senses, transgression of our mental faculties. Dhi, Dhriti, and Smriti are all deranged. So all these things lead to hurry, worry, and curry. So under stress, under crisis, what happens? The stress hormone, cortisol, stimulates the sympathetic nervous system. There is a cascade of reactions creating changes in the physical level, chemical, and mental levels. Inflammation increases and there is suppression of immune system. So there is decrease in lymphocytes, the fighting cells. According to Ayurveda, the cortisol is related to vitiated vata dosha. So the powerful vata increases in emotions like worry, fear, anger, uncertainty, insecurity, which all causes anxiety and depression ultimately if you have chronic stress. Now, vitiated vata hampers Agni, digestion and metabolism, and creates ama or toxins in the body. Therefore, you have improper tissue formation, improper elimination of wastes. Thereby, this depletes the ojas or the immune strength and increases the susceptibility to infections and illnesses, especially the viruses. So stress basically affects every system of the body from head to toe. Now, let us look at the factors that is responsible for stress causation. Now, what are the factors that really cause stress? The basic factor is the Prakriti or our body type. The body type of a person determines the response of the individual to stress. Normally, Vata and Pitta dominant people will have a lot of emotional frustration. The stress causes could be many. It could be like eating unhealthy foods, irregular timed meals can disrupt the dosha balance. Inactivity in a sedentary lifestyle can cause accumulation of negative energy. Exposure to negative environments like noise, excessive noise, pollution, overcrowding can disrupt the balance of the doshas. Negative relationships or lack of social support can contribute to mental and emotional stress. Overworking and taking too much responsibility can contribute to fatigue and burnout. Suppressed emotions and negative thought patterns can negatively impact the mental and emotional well-being. Lack of sleep or poor quality sleep, late nights, being awake late at the night can cause vata prakopa, means vitiated vata. The vata is high, out of balance. So basically, stress is inevitable, but Ayurveda can help you shift from a state of distress to eustress through its customized practical protocols. Now, next slide. What is immunity in Ayurveda? Ayurvedic concept of immunity is totally individual. The tridoshas, the vata, pitta, kapha, govern the unique psychophysiology all the time. Immunity does not happen by chance. Immune strength is determined at the stage of conception itself. Sometimes we wonder why people eat a healthy food and fall sick easily, while people eating unhealthy foods live healthy. Well, all of us don't have the same level of immunity. It depends on many factors like dosha imbalance, specific to an individual, desha, kala, samyoga, virya, pramana, lot of other factors. So immunity can also mean bala or strength. There are various factors that can affect bala. It can be inherited from the parents, or depending on the age of the person, season, diet and lifestyle, etc. On all these factors, immunity can affect. So immunity can also be related to the power of Agni. Ayurveda says, root cause of all diseases is due to Mandagni. We all know that Agni is responsible for digestion, metabolism, transformation, and development of ojas, or the immune strength. If Agni is weak, there is a problem. So the ojas is immune function at the cellular level. Tejas is the metabolic activity at the cellular level. And prana is the flow in between. So basically, prana, tejas, and ojas at the cellular level can be related to vata, pitta, kapha at the dosha level. So Agni can be improved by drinking CCFT, for example. It's a simple thing that you can make on a daily basis. Coriander, cumin, fennel. Just make a tea with it and add little lemon juice and honey. It can kindle your Agni. And also having Chavanprash can also help in improving the Agni strength. Now, in modern medicine, there is something called psycho-neuroendo immunological axis. So if you see here, it tries to show the connection of these systems in stress and immunity. But Ayurveda has been talking about these interconnections and intercommunications all the time, and how we influence, how these influence each other and affect each other. So psychology can be related to manas and the mental faculties like intellect, ego, memory, thoughts, emotions, basically how we perceive things and how we act according to the perceptions. Neurology. Neuro relates to vata, energy of movement, transmission. Endo can be related to pitta, transformation, how the hormones and enzymes work. Immuno is kapha, stability, defense, and strength. So this is how you can relate the two sciences. So here, this is a diagrammatic view of how the vata, pitta, kapha is related, and and you can also see the axis, the neuroendocrine, psychological, immunological axis. So it basically shows the interconnection of all the systems, how they're connected, how the mind and body are connected, basically. Now, what is the relationship between stress and immunity? That's a very important slide. Stress is inversely related to immunity. So what does it mean? If the stress goes up, the immunity comes down, and vice versa. The main driver of stress, the stress hormone, is cortisol. So it can suppress the immune system by reducing the production and function of white blood cells, decreasing the activity of certain cytokines, which are proteins, and they play a crucial role in immunity. Cortisol also increases the production of glucose, leads to decreased insulin sensitivity and increased inflammation, both of which can further suppress the immune strength. Sustained suppression of immune system can make an individual more vulnerable for infections and other health-related problems. Studies have shown that an increase in viral infections happens in such cases, both in occurrence and manifestations. In Ayurveda, an imbalanced Vata dosha leads to decreased immunity. It in turn drives the other two doshas, Pitta and Kapha, also go crazy. An excess of Vata can cause dryness, coldness, and a weakened Agni, digestive fire, which thereby reduces the resistance and resilience of an individual. Now, how do you manage stress and strengthen immunity? So this is a very important slide. So you can address these issues through the mind and through the body. Ayurveda and yoga are the very two powerful tools that can do this. Through the body, we can use Ayurvedic therapies, managing our inputs. How do you manage your food, water, breath, and perceptions? Managing the lifestyle, your daily routines, practices, activities, and sleep. Herbs like Brahmi, Ashwagandha, Jatamansi, Tulsi, and there are many other herbs. And cleansing and rejuvenation, Panchakarma therapies, Rasayana therapies. So how do you manage through the mind? Yoga, being mindful and being aware, being in the present. Try to fix the perception in the now. Try to see it as it is and not what it should be. Then meditation, spiritual practices like devotional services, community services, therapies like music. Then you have color therapy, aromatherapy, touch therapy, things like that. So next slide. These are the tips to manage strength and stress and strengthen immunity in daily life. So if you see here, under food, water rehydrates the tissues, provides energy. Milk is rich in proteins, rich in antioxidants, and can fight the wear and tear of the body. Ghee, rich in omega-3 fatty acids, crosses the blood-brain barrier, improves memory, cognition, and intellectual capacity. Gooseberry or amlaki is a potent immunomodulator and antioxidant. Now, a very interesting vegetable, that is the ash gourd or the white pumpkin that you get in Indian stores. So ash gourd juice, just take an ash gourd and cut it into 8 pieces. Take out the pulp with the seeds and blend it in a mixer. And then you filter it. 15 ml of the juice can be taken on a daily basis with honey or sugar candy for about 45 days. This is very good antidepressive, immunomodulator, Medhya Rasayana. So these are the important herbs. Then you have a positive attitude with some gratitude is a key to develop better health and harmony. And you have lifestyle changes like sleep hygiene, regular exercise, yoga, pranayama, meditation, dinacharya, ritucharya, seasonal cleanses. Abhyanga is very important, especially the murda thaila or the application of oil on the head. Pichu, dara, seka, vasti, religious practices. And behavioral changes is very important, like being analytical, detached, kind and helpful, truthful, practicing forgiveness, respecting others. Basically, it creates healthy relationships and doing a lot of community service, help people. So next slide. Now this is a nice slide. What are the bad foods that are responsible for worsening anxiety and depression? Now Ayurveda talks about foods that can affect mental health. Psychonutrition is a new field that is coming up. So these are the list of foods that can worsen: refined sugar, artificial sweeteners, alcohol, caffeine, fried foods, fried, this French fries, food coloring, canned foods, processed foods, high sodium, refined fruit juices, wheat bran, fermented foods. Now, practical self-care measures in daily life. Self-care practices are essential to create a balance and maintain stability within our own system. It is extremely difficult to find a balance in today's world. Engaging in activities that fuel and nourishes you, whatever activities that are fueling and nourishing you, is more important than engaging in activities that drain you. So practices like dinacharya, daily routines, ratricharya, night routines, ritucharya, seasonal routines, these are all powerful tools to balance the three pillars of life: ahara, nidra, and brahmacharya. Food, sleep, and daily activities. We have to align ourselves with nature. It is very important. It doesn't mean that you have to just go out and sit under a tree. What it means is our biological clocks have to align with the chronological clocks. Dawn and dusk is Vata dominant. Midday, midnight is Pitta. Early morning, early evening is Kapha. So Dinacharya balances Kapha dosha during Kapha time, Pitta dosha in Pitta time, Vata dosha in Vata time. So the chronobiology, aligning and balancing of the Vata Pitta cycle creates harmony and peace. Then you see Abhyanga is a basic oil application. It reduces Vata by touch and warmth. So it's the key therapy in stress management according to Ayurveda. As a prevention, any oil like coconut oil, almond oil, sesame oil can be applied all over. As a therapeutic, on a therapeutic basis, medicated oils are used in Panchakarma. And these oils are suited based on, according to the Prakriti, medical oils are selected. Murda Thailam. Murda Thailam is application of oil to the head, beneficial for the brain, senses, nerves, hair, controls the vitiated Vata and Pitta in the head. It also controls the pituitary functions and endocrinological functions indirectly. Padabhyanga and Triphala packages are good for eye disorders. It improves circulation. Basically, the oil application improves circulation, strengthens the joints, improves the health of the skin, delays aging process, stimulates the nerve endings, helps in grounding and relaxation, which is very important, and calming down the Vata dosha. It also improves sleep. So therefore, self-Abhyanga practices is a very powerful healer. You have to try it out. Any activity done mindfully is yoga, okay? So what is yoga? Any activity done mindfully. It reduces the cortisol levels. Research has showed that doing yoga on a daily basis can reduce the cortisol levels and bring down your stress. Studies have shown yoga also reduces the DNA damage in the post radiotherapy patients who have cancer. Reduced work stress, has been noticed in people working in IT industry. So many people incorporate yoga in their workplace. It also reduces anxiety in students. And they have also tried yoga in nurses, among nurses, and they have found that it reduces the anger and makes them more calmer. Yoga also increases the interferon regulatory factor gene. And there's something interesting about yoga. There is research has been done in looking at the telomere, the part of a gene, length of which can determine how healthy you are, how young or old one is. A single session of yoga can increase the length of the telomere. So next is, by doing pranayama and meditation, the brain has the ability to repair itself. And this is called neuroplasticity. So what happens is the cortisol reduces the neuroplasticity by doing yoga. The cortisol goes down in plasticity, goes down as the plasticity increases, right? So now pranayama is considered breath control, breath regulation. Simply observing one's own breath in a relaxed manner, observing the changes within oneself, is the simplest form of meditation. When you come to meditation, Om chants. Okay, so meditation is a very powerful driver of the parasympathetic nervous system. The vibratory sensation around the ears happens when you chant Om. When you do the makara Om, so that stimulates the vagus nerve, the auricular branch of the vagus nerve, causes deactivation of the limbic system, which controls our negative emotions. So just by doing Om chants for like 15-20 seconds can reduce the blood flow to the limbic system and calms down the brain and brings down the negative thoughts. And you also have this marma therapy. I use a lot of marma therapy in stress management, and I have seen a lot of promising results in my clients. So now coming to pranayama and meditation. Let us do some practical sessions now. We are done with the theory. Now, what I have noticed is people find it very easy to do the asanas, but what happens, it gets very challenging for them to do the pranayama and meditation. They think it is some kind of a task given to them. So according to yoga chitta vritti nirodha, what it means is yoga stops mind chatter. For that, we need to connect inwards or go inwards. So asanas help you to look outward. Pranayama meditation helps you to connect inwards. So for that, pranayama and meditations are very powerful tools in stress management. If you see, when we are under stress, we tend to do fast, shallow breathing, chest breathing. So we need to correct the pattern and do slow abdominal deep breathing. Abdominal breathing stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system and relaxes you. It helps with better exchange of gases and oxygenation in the lungs. Now, alternate nostril breathing is another breathing technique. It balances the right and left side of the brain, balances the activity of the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, considered to be the mother of all the pranayama techniques. It provides deepest relaxation. So the last one is humming or brahmari, like a bumblebee humming breath. You just do this makara chanting like a bee. So what happens here is there is natural production of an antioxidant called nitric oxide, which increases the concentration of white blood cells and helps in fighting diseases, infections, and improves your immunity. So now let us quickly do a small demonstration. If you want, you can join in and let us do it together. So a simple way to meditate is to focus on your breathing. So we can do a daily a pranayama meditation for 5 minutes can really, improve your health and well-being in a very big way. So sit in a comfortable position, eyes closed, feet on the floor. Relax, drop down your shoulders. Interlock your fingers in front of the chest and keep it on your abdomen. Keep it on your tummy. Keep your eyes closed so you don't get distracted. Now gently breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe in, feel the tummy coming out. As you breathe out, feel the tummy going in. Breathe in, tummy out. Breathe out, tummy in. This is abdominal breathing. Just relax and focus on your breath and observe the changes with your breathing. Take a deep breath in, the cool, energizing breath, filling your tummy. As you breathe out, warm, toxic air coming out through the nostrils. So first you have to observe as you breathe in, tummy goes out. As you breathe out, tummy goes in. Continue to do the practice and observe the changes. Let us do 5 breaths together. Deeply breathe in. Breathe out full and complete. Deeply breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slow down. Continue to experience the changes with your breathing. Slowly open your eyes. Now, let us do alternate nostril breathing. So, alternate nostril breathing or Anulom Vilom Pranayama. So, here, a quick way of doing is you can either adopt a mudra or you can just use your thumb and little finger, whatever is convenient. So, deeply breathe in through your left nostril, close, breathe out to the right nostril. Inhale through the right, close, exhale through the left. Inhale through the right nostril, close the right nostril, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, close the left, exhale through the right. Let us do this 5 times. Deeply breathe in, eyes closed, relaxed. Deeply breathe in to the left nostril. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Again, in through the left. Out through the right. In through the right. Out through the left. Continue the practice without stopping. Observe the changes with your breath. The cold air going in and the warm air coming out. Feel the changes in your body and the mind. Feel the sense of deep relaxation. Now, slowly stop the practice. And now let us do the last practice, that is humming or the Brahmari. So Brahmari Pranayama, you sit in a comfortable position, eyes closed. If you want, you can close your ears with your fingers to avoid getting distracted with the external sounds. Simple way of doing Brahmari. Deeply breathe in. As you breathe out, you do humming. So deeply breathe in. Feel the vibrations in your head region while doing the Brahmari practice. The resonance in the head region with Makara chant. Deeply breathe in. Deeply breathe in. Deeply breathe in. Deeply breathe in. So these are some of the pranayama techniques that you can do on a daily basis. Just doing 5 minutes a day can really bring in a lot of profound changes in your mental health and well-being. Now, so meditation, simple way to meditate, I have already told you, is just focusing on your abdominal breathing. Now let us do Om chants. So we have noticed from various studies that you can meditate even for just 15 to 20 seconds, even if you don't have the time, because it can bring down your negative emotions. So how do you do Om chants? Is it Om or is it A-U-M? So you can do it either way. So let me show you how to do A chant, U chant, Ma chant, and then we do the Om together. Okay, so you can appreciate how well it relaxes you segment by segment, part by part. So now sit in a comfortable position, eyes closed. Relaxed position, drop down your shoulders. Deeply breathe in. Breathe out, complete. Mentally focus on the lower part of your body, from the waist to the toes. Now deeply breathe in. As you breathe out, say Ah. Deeply breathe in. Feel the relaxation in the lower part of the body. Deeply breathe in. Deeply breathe in. Now focus on the middle part of the body, from the waistline to the chest. Let us do Oo chant. Deeply breathe in, expand your chest. Breathe out with Oo. Deeply breathe in. One more time. Deeply breathe in. Feel the relaxation in the middle part of the body. Now moving your awareness upwards to the head. Let us do humming, Makara chant. Deeply breathe in, focus on the head region. Deeply breathe in. Deeply breathe in. So here I did the Om chant in segmental fashion. A, U and Ma. Now doing Om at once. Deeply breathe in. Now let us do Om chants 3 times and see the changes. In one single breath, you have to do Om chants. Deeply breathe in. Om. Deeply breathe in. Om. Last time, deeply breathe in. Oh. Keep your eyes closed. Feel the massaging effect of Omkara throughout the body and the mind. Feel a sense of deep relaxation with Om chants. So every day doing all these techniques for 5 minutes a day is more than enough, and you can see powerful results and how it affects your mental and emotional balance. Okay, so this is about pranayama and meditation demo. Now next is I would like to show a quick video about how to do Abhyanga, self Abhyanga. I just play the video.
Own skin there.
And just do a own skin there, and just do a circulation on the brigham here. Yeah. And then come back. When you go to the occipital area, there are two marmas here. Just do circulation at the junction of your neck. So you are actually connecting the dots. Again, here there are marma points. You're not, if you don't know the marma points, don't worry about it. Just make sure you're touching all the skin on the head and giving a nice circulation there, right? So this is a Shiro Abhyanga, we call it. Then you come to the face Abhyanga. You take some oil again on the hands and start applying oil on the marma point. Just a little bit here, the stapani, on the eyebrows, on the shankar marma. So when you put oil on these marmas, you are actually applying on the whole face, and then put with both the hands and just apply. And do a nice circulation on the face, starting from the stapani marma, eyebrows, on your temple, come to the shankar marma. Do a little bit of circulation, no pressing. Come to the eyes, give a circulation here. Then come to the nose, there's a fana marma here. The nasika, the ira and pingla. Then you come on the oshtas, give a circulation here on your face, and just give a nice circulation on the cheeks. Connect back here, and then you can do the neck. On the neck, there is nila marmas, all the 6 joints which comes to the neck. Apply oil on the neck, just give a circulation. When you do Abhyanga, make sure it is Anuloman. You're going towards the circulation, not going towards opposite side. Because we are taking care of the Vata, you have to balance through Anulomana. That is the way your Pratilomanam is going opposite to the hair follicles. But Anulomana is going towards the flow of the hair follicles. Then go on the neck and then apply here, right? So these are all the marmas on the neck, all the 7 points, C1, C2, C3, C4, till the neck joint here are taken care of. They're all marma points. Just connect the dots. Then just behind the ears, just at the point here, the Vidura marma is there. Just give a little bit circulation. Give with both your thumb and index finger a nice circulation to your ears. This self-abhyanga is very important because you're just taking care of yourself by that. On the hands, Rhythm Marma, both this on the sole and both the palms in the center, there is a Rhythm Marma. Here is a Shipra Marma. So just when you just apply oil to your own palm, from back and forth, you are also taking care of the marmas. So as a ritual also, when you do Abhyangas for therapies, like for Svedana therapies, it's always good to have an Abhyanga before you go for any Svedana therapies. Maybe just doing Shirodhara also, applying oil on the body, it affects better and give more better results if you do the Abhyangas, right? So, but every day we don't have time that much. So at least do some rituals. This is the ritual what I was just showing to you. Putting some oil on the feet, on the hands, and the brigham, maybe the face and the neck. This much that time definitely we have every day. So giving Abhyanga to yourself is very important as part of the daily routine, because every day we are going through this up and down in life, and it's very important that we connect to ourselves, just like we do the mantras, we do the rituals of spirituality, we practice certain yoga practices. Just like that, you also do Abhyangas. I would like to have some questions if you have.
Okay, so this was a wonderful video from my teacher who taught me how to, do Abhyanga and other techniques with oil application.
Own skin there and just do a circulation.
Okay. So we'll move to the next slide. And here you can see Dr. Shishilpa Prasad. I'll just briefly play the video because I think it's a long video for about 10-15 minutes, but let me just show you. It's on Google, on YouTube, you can check that out.
I practice aromatherapy and easy to. So friends, please see me carefully while I explain.
Hi, Ofra, do you want me to play the video or?
No need. We will link it. No
yeah,
need.
you will. You put the link. Okay,
yeah,
that.
This one have a special meaning.
Okay.
I'll tell you after that.
Okay, sure. Okay, so now I would conclude with an important slide. So here it's a take-home mantra basically. So it's like follow the ABCD and 4, 3, 2, 1. So what it means: A is to avoid distractions. B is to be positive. C is to calm down and be steady. D is daily exercise, yoga, and coming to 4, 3, 2, 1, 4 liters of water intake. It doesn't mean that everybody should be drinking 4 liters of water. I just put there for the mnemonic. So you need to have adequate amount of water to be hydrated, basically. And 3 is 3 times balanced meals. And so 3 times balanced meals is, I'm not talking about protein, carbohydrate, and fats. It's about adding the shadrasas, the 6 different tastes in your meals. That is going to be adding to more balance in your diet. And then twice yoga pranayama. So 2 times you can engage in any spiritual practice, doing your yogasanas, things like that. And then engaging in one fun activity per day. What your hobbies, basically, what makes you happy, what is more fun for you. So it is very important to take care of your ABCDs and 4, 3, 2, 1s. So this is what I wanted to tell you. And this is our last slide. Now everything is about the mind. How you control the mind through your senses, through your perceptions. So controlling your mind is controlling your life. So if you can control your mind, you can ultimately control the stress levels and can strengthen your immunity. So this is what is the ultimate message from this talk. Thank you so much. Any questions? Can I stop sharing the screen now?
Yes, ma'am, please. Yes. Thank you so much. It was wonderful. I love hearing you, and you shared such a vast knowledge in such a harmony and so practical.
I tried to compile everything in 1 hour.
You did it perfectly well.
Thank you so much.
Any questions? So if people have questions, either you can raise your hand or you can write in the chat box and we can help you engage. I would also like to tell you that Dr. Hema is part of the Vedicus community. So if you have any questions after that, you can ask in the WhatsApp group as well. And if you want to contact Dr. Hema, she is accepting in Zoom and in Boston. So yes, Miss Lakshmi, you can unmute yourself. Mr. Lakshmi is always the lady.
Hello,
right?
hi. Thank you,
Hello.
Dr. Hema. So my question here is on pranayama. So I know in Ayurveda, you have customized panchakarma and customized, healing therapies. But do you also offer? Is there any offering for customized pranayama?
You mean you are asking if I teach pranayama here?
No, I'm just asking in general. In any Ayurveda healing solution, do they offer? Do they evaluate prakriti of a person and say, like, these are the pranayama you should be doing if you to improve your.
Actually, it's very sad that not many yoga centers or many people they don't really propagate pranayama and meditation much. It's all about asanas, and but it's not based on your prakriti. Like they have to really see your imbalances. Like, there are pranayamas like Kapalbhati, Bhastrika, and things like that, which can be contraindicated in certain health conditions. But these pranayamas that I showed you can be done by anyone. It's, there is a contraindication to do these. But definitely, if you can consult an Ayurvedic practitioner or an Ayurvedic doctor, they can customize all these practices for you based on your Prakriti and Vikriti also. That's very important. Mm-hmm.
So tell us about your offering also. Do you do this kind of, therapy sessions? Do you help?
Yeah, I do offer, and you can check my website, ayur-veda.consulting, and you can contact me. Ofra can share my contact details later. Yeah, I do offer.
We will share Dr. Emma's details on the group, in the WhatsApp group. You can join the WhatsApp group and you can get a lot of information there. And we will share it also later. We will have an article that summarizes this session, and it is going to be there. But also, I would like to say that we are lucky that those teachers that teaches asana doesn't teach pranayama, because who knows what's going to happen with vata. So we're blessed that they're not teaching that.
So the pranayamas you have discussed during this session are they're general, I suppose, right? Anybody can do it with any condition.
Yes.
With any condition.
Those are safe to use. Yeah.
Any condition, and you can do it anywhere. You can do it while walking, you can do it while lying on the bed or at workplace. So it doesn't really matter. These are all self practices for daily maintenance of your system.
Lakshmi, ma'am, where are you from?
I'm from Hopkinton, Massachusetts.
Welcome. So you're neighbors. Okay. So I think it's going to be very easy to connect between the two of you.
Yeah.
Okay. Tom, would you like to ask?
Thomas.
Yes, namaste, doctor. I have a particular question. So, if like every day you feel that your energy is not going through the knees from below, it's like the upwards energy is not coming through the knees. According to when we do the Abhyanga, is there a particular advice at the zone of the knees we can take care of?
So, like, how do you know that the energy is blocked at the level of the knees? By doing Abhyanga, we're able to find out?
No, it's just every morning after doing my practice, I feel like energy is just blocked there. It as before, the energy was simply going through the base of the spine, but now for this moment I don't have this feeling. It's like the energy is blocked below the knees.
So, probably I think, we need to really do a proper assessment to check what is actually going on, why there is blockage. And then proper assessment of both body and mind is very important. And it's just by doing Abhyanga is, we cannot block all the energy channels or bring it back to normal. So we need to really need a thorough assessment. And yeah.
Okay.
That's a better approach.
Yes, thank you.
One more thing about what you've asked. I think that part of the reason that we're doing this, because it's holistic and you know how it goes. I met Tom 5 years ago in a Pantakarma retreat. And what's more important is oil application have to be adjusted to the situation. So it's really not easy to tell what to do. And sometimes when there are blockages, so no oils, and only dry aromatherapy session can do.
Okay.
Yeah, because of ama, right?
Right.
Okay.
It's contraindicated, yeah.
Right, contraindicating. Any more questions? I have a question.
Yeah, sure, Ofra.
You are talking about fermented food, and in the West, fermented food is part of the dishes, or let's say in Europe, or even in India, we do know about idli and dosa. What do you mean that fermented food is not healthy? Because people are saying something else.
That's one thing. Many people think that fermented food is very healthy and anyone can take it, but actually it kind of increases the levels of histamine, is what I have heard, and histamine worsens anxiety and depression. So, and fermented foods are not good for all kinds of imbalances, or only certain people can tolerate fermented foods, frankly. They're still doing research on that. But nowadays, whatever is healthy, or whatever food choices that say it is healthy, people just want to try it out. But not everything is, good for us. It's all customized, individual based.
Right. I have another surprise for you. Manisha is here and she wants to ask you a question. Manisha from the UK, also aromatherapy advanced. Please, nice. Manisha, unmute and ask.
Namaskar, Ofra and Vaidyaji. Thank you for this beautiful session. I really enjoyed it. You know, when you think you know everything, but you're always learning something new. And this it was a refresher, but also I picked up some other things that I, wasn't aware of. So thank you. I did have a question, and you mentioned Chyawanprash. And lately I've been hearing about Chyawanprash quite a bit. I don't know why. It's like probably everybody's talking about Chyawanprash at the moment. I'm not sure. But I know Chyawanprash is very good, and I used to take it years and years ago, where I was able to source it, that was homemade. So it was very traditionally made. Unfortunately, I can't get that anymore. And one question was, where can you source a good quality that's not, mass produced, basically? And also, with all these things, I know that there's certain time of the day that you should take these, and also depending on seasons as well. So can you just explain a bit more on that, on Chyawanprash itself?
Actually, frankly speaking, homemade, freshly made Chyawanprash is the best, because the ones that you get outside, it has a lot of preservatives, and I really do not know how it is being made. So one of the very good brand, you find flavored Chyawanprash with lot of with different flavors and things like that. But the traditional Chyawanprash, you know how it tastes. So a good brand could be from Kotakal, if you can get one, or Baidyanath. Their quality of Chyawanprash is good. You can buy it online from Amazon or from the store.
Right. Okay.
Or you can buy from us. You can buy the Vedicus Chyawanprash, but I can guarantee you that is an excellent one. We have very good results, and also part of the Vedicus activities is to teach you how to do it at home, how to cook it at home. We had some sessions with some communities, and we can provide the herbs and the stages and how to. I think that those days, most of the commercial and big companies are outsourcing. And as Dr. Hema said, and we also know, part of the healing process is making it at home, because it starts with aromatherapy and the senses, and it would be very easy to cook at home, but not in the UK. So I think that soon we can sell Vedicus Chyawanprash or the ingredients online. Aditya is here, maybe he can say a word or two about it. I can tell you that most of my teachers and colleagues that got some samples said, oh, wow, we want this. And it's a very good one, potent one, and very good results.
Right, I will contact you offline, Ofra, for this.
You can contact each and every one of us in Vedicus It's a community. We are all one.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
we share. Right.
Sure.
So thank you for the question.
And Manisha,
So,
one more thing. We're asking about when to take the Chavanprash, right? It is good to
Right,
take
yes.
early in the morning on empty stomach, and then drink a glass of warm water, to help you kindle the Agni. You cannot have Chavanprash like any time during the day. Yes.
Right. Okay. And is it like, I know when I used to take it, it was during the winter seasons. That's when, that was the time I used to take it. And this was years ago. But can you take it all throughout the year, or do you sort of like, take a break from it?
No, I personally think that we can take it anytime. I mean, throughout the year. I don't think it's related to seasons, unless you try to notice something. You can just give it a break and then try it back again and see what really works. But of course, like in Ayurveda, nothing can be generalized. So you have to just experiment and try it out. Yes.
Sure. Great. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for the questions.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Michelle? So, Dr. Hema Embar, thank you so much for this amazing sharing of knowledge. And I hope to see you here again.
Yeah, sure. We can do more talks.
Yes, please. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for joining us and being our vast community all over the globe, and maybe in some other universes. But this is for Tom to answer. Maybe a Jyotish Ayurveda consultation online would be nice, or also a lecture. So thank you, everyone.
Can we do one on Jyotish and Vastu,
Yes,
Ofra?
yes. You just need to ask. The universe provides.
Okay, let's do one on Jyotish and Vastu.
We'll do more than one, because every time it's raising, and that's okay.
Of course.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Namaste.
Namaste.